Okie dokie. Let me check real quick if I'm live and then I'll start up the broadcast. Give me a second. Hello. Okie dokie. Okay. Broadcast is up. I think we are all good to go. Okay, I don't think I'm on an angle at all, which is good. Okay. Okay, let's get into it. The Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine this weekend returns to Imola. The 4.909 metres of circuit, 9 left, 12 right. This circuit, very much in terms of its complexity, is known for, well, it's pretty much known for its complexity around this circuit. Hello, good morning. And welcome to the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix circuit. We are racing around the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari circuit here, and it is now time for race 1 for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, as the cars do a few practice starts here as we get ready for race 1, and the cars will make their way around to the grid around about 10 minutes away from starting. Let's head now down to George Morgan, who is up. Let's head up to George Morgan in the commentary box and get his thoughts on qualifying yesterday.
Our front two in the championship. Of course, Pedro Clearo not immensely far away, 62 points away from Freddie Slater as it stands. And further back then, of course, we do have Enzo Dellini, who sits on pole position after undoing what was a sensational lap by Freddie Slater of a 1:38.646. After he nestled that in from Group A, and Enzo Dellini managing to nestle in the fastest time in Group B with a 1:38.585. With the sun now beaming down across the circuit as well, temperatures reaching at the moment 26.3 degrees. The track itself, fresh off the back of plenty of on-track action already, 42 degrees in temperature. A lot vaster than what we had in qualifying earlier on this morning. But as you can see, a very active pit lane down there right now, with many of the teams and the drivers, as well as the cars themselves, getting set to line up ahead of what will be a really extraordinary race, I'm sure, leading us through to the first half of the weekend. Of course, we do have race 2 to come tomorrow, so plenty of positions could be changed up as we enter the fray here at Imola. As we now take a look at the 23 now making his way on the circuit. That is, of course, Enzo Dellini, top of the shop at the end of playing qualifying this morning, and be hoping to see whether he can take it from lights to flag. But there have been some threats, some murmurings of rain as well this weekend. And we have had rain as well, but it was way before this session was due to start. It was expected to be that way, but you never know. Things can change very quickly, and it could yet return. There was some debating as to whether we would start on the wet tyres. Many of the teams, some of the drivers as well, further down the grid, saying we might even just opt for slicks if there are wet conditions in Obviously,
It's still uploading.
Potential change up that we could have seen during the session, going from a wet weather track to a dry track. At the moment, though, the track is declared dry, so no concerns with regards to that. So there will be the dry version of the Pirelli tyre embraced by every single driver and team on the grid for this race in particular. It's going to be a spicy one, to say the least, on the second row as well. You do have Akshay Bora and Pedro Clero. Bora really impressive, largely, in that second group. Of course, Group B that went out after Group A, and unfortunately wasn't quite fast enough to go higher than his own teammate Enzo Delaney, but it was Delaney's second sector split that really made the difference. Of course, remember, he has been in a bit of a blip as of late. Didn't quite go to plan back at Paul Ricard, and neither did Hungaroring after losing the podium due to an infraction that he had made. So had lost the P3 that he'd managed in SLM, but this is his chance to right the wrong here at Imola, at a track where RSGP have had victories in the past from the likes of Martinia Stenshorn back in 2023, and also in terms of actual qualifyings, we did see Martinia Stenshorn and Tim Trangnitz actually that same year. It was an RSGP blanket weekend back in 2023, but it's going, could largely be a different story this time. But Freddie Slater, I'm sure, will be keen to carry on the run that he is on at the moment, currently on 5 wins, and against the historical stats, he will join Andre Kimi, Stenshorn and Giusti. Let's head down to the pit lane, or down to the grid with Laura.
So Freddie, 20 points between you and Matteo De Paolo. Are you looking for the 6th win of the season?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to try and win this race if I can. But, you know, it's a long way to go, and to be honest, I don't really care about the championship until Monza, so at this point it's just about getting on with it and trying to win the race, and yeah, we'll see where we end up at the end.
So Freddie Slater not really caring about the championship until he hits Monza, which is quite interesting as well. And back to Elizabeth's question with the Cable Whip Challenge. It has 30 minutes. Well, that's what it's saying according to YouTube. YouTube saying it's got 30 minutes left. Do I believe that in any way? No. And I think our internet got cut off last night. So it probably stopped uploading. Because we did have like a downpour of rain last night. So, back to Elizabeth's question. That is the answer you were looking for. 30 minutes, if that. So, it did stop the uploading last night. So, yeah, we did have quite a downpour of rain. So, that is the reason why it's been held up. And let me check my settings. See if the internet got cut off last night. I'm guessing it did, being the way, yeah, it was troubleshooted for like 2 hours. Whoops. Yeah, so lucky I wasn't live at, what, 2:03 a.m. Lucky that didn't happen. Let's take a look at the starting grid now. It's Enzo Deligny and Freddie Slater on the front row of the grid, followed by Akshay Bora and Pedro Clero, P3 and P4. You'll be surprised how tight this grid is matched up here. The top 3 separated by less than a tenth in qualifying. Matteo De Paolo in P5, Evan Gilter in P6, big championship name in there in P5, Gin Nakamura in P7, Tato Kato in P8, the French driver. There's a lot of French drivers, you'll notice. Matteo De Paolo, of course, being at his home ground, he will want to try and win this. Hiki Yamakashi, the Japanese driver, in P9, Nikita Bedrin, the Italian, in P10, Dion Gauda, the British driver, in P11, Rashid Al-Dahiri in P12, and Yas Marine driver, when, of course, why do you wear shirts with shirtless selfies, though? I thought it was just strange. Michael Belov in P13, Ian Ekmans in P14, Ricky Liu in P15, and Kanato Lay in P16. Ian Ekmans, of course, being the German driver in this field. Jack Beaton, the Australian, in P17. Zachary David, the French driver, in P18. Ri Yang Hei in P19. P20 is Edu Robinson, and the Spanish driver, sitting way back down there in P20. Will not be happy with that. Tim Gerhards, another French driver. Nendov Bufbiran-Bakti in P22. Saka El Moshri and Caps the Stuka. I got that name. I got that name right. I got that. Caps the Stuka. Thanks to George Morgan. Adita Kograni, P25, P26, Yaroslav Veselau, P27, Javier Zagra, I bottled that, Edouard Borna in P28, that's quite an easy name to say, but he's a French driver starting way back down there in P28. And sitting on the back of the grid is Giovanni Mascio in P29. While I have the chance, I'm going to catch up with about the 10 messages that Elizabeth has just sent through. Okay, so, I got that. Okay, I was referring to the skeleton. What do you mean? Someone studied the names. Interesting. I'm no history nerd. I'm not a history nerd, so... Yeah, I'm not a history nerd. So, you're... Oh, I get it. Good, yeah, I get it. Yeah, this is... I've had this shirt now for like 3 years. It still fits me. Somehow. Anyway. Oh, hate that cough. Anyways, the cars are off on their formation lap now. Of course, last time out at Paul Ricard, the French circuit, we saw... bad joke, I know. Yeah. It was so funny I couldn't laugh. I hope you take no offense to that. But, like, it was so funny I couldn't laugh. Anyways, the cars head through the Tamburello chicane for the first time on their formation lap. It'll be really important that you get as much temperature into this Pirelli rubber as possible. Aha, nope, not at all. Good. Good. 27 minutes. Yes. Get in there. 27 minutes. That's the best. That's the best I've got at 1 a.m. What? 1 a.m. Man, Elizabeth, you go to sleep at whatever time at this point. 1 a.m., that's dedication. No wonder you're a managing moderator. No wonder. Man, you go to sleep whenever you want, really. Oh my god. And you think of it, it's 9 a.m. for me. God. Track temperature, as you heard from George Morgan a few moments ago, nearly 50 degrees. So it's quite hot out there. And as, of course, you heard, there is rain on the radar. So it might make this race just a little bit interesting. Yeah, I should get compensated. If that was a managing moderator, I think you'd have that role. I think you would. I think you genuinely would. I think you would. Really? Anyways, the car's still around on the formation lap. They are heading through Variante Alta, the chicane. At the moment, of course, I still have Formula 1 qualifying, which I don't think Elizabeth will be able to catch because that's in 2 hours. That's in just over 2 hours' time. And then after that, I've got Formula 2, their sprint race, which is in a couple hours' time. That's about 1 p.m. for me. And then I've got, which I think it'll be about 5 a.m. for you, Elizabeth. So, rip. And then I've got... I think that's it. And then I've got, and probably going to be streaming now. From that, I've got like a 4.5 hour stream. I've got the Winton Festival of Speed that I'm going to be streaming a bit after that. I'm not sure what else I have scheduled. I'm going to have to check my schedule. Let me just check if that's right. But the cars are lining up on the grid now. I'm going to make that as quick as possible as to trying to find my schedule. Yes. Okay. So that's my schedule there. Yeah. So I've got Formula 2, Formula 1, and the Winton Festival Speed still to come, plus Italian F4. So, yeah. It should be good, but we're now focused on Freca here for their first race of the weekend. Enzo Deligny on the front row of the grid. He is also followed by Freddie Slater. And behind him, we have Akshay Bora and Mattia De Paulo, which is a championship contender. We have George Morgan up in the commentary box. He will be covering probably some of the safety cars if we do have any, or if we do have an extended red flag, which I don't reckon will happen in this race. I have a feeling it won't. But again, the commentator's curse has become a thing in the recent past with me, so you never know, we might have a red flag in this race, depending on the incident. But I will stay for an extra couple minutes, maybe wait until the cable whip is uploaded, then go to sleep. Okay, well, it's still another, what? It's still saying it's 27 minutes away, so you can go to sleep whenever you want. It's saying it's another 25 minutes away from uploading. Okay, Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, the International Enzo Dino Ferrari is home to the Freca from the Regional European Championship Alpine. It's 5 red lights and lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Enzo Deligny. Freddie Slater locks in behind. Akshay Bora looking around the outside, but it's a good start. I'll keep you company for now. I'm good. Okay, thank you. Akshay Bora takes the lead over Enzo Deligny in P2. Freddie Slater has dropped back into P3. Good start so far. But Enzo Deligny, our pole sitter, did not probably get the start he wanted. But so far, so good. Akshay Bora has some really good chance here to score some pretty good points as they run up through the Tosa for the first time. And it won't be the last time. Pedro Claro in P2. Freddie Slater. It's actually Enzo Deligny who leads this race over Pedro Claro, Freddie Slater, Akshay Bora in P4. Matteo Tapalo, P5, Jin Nakamura, P6, Evan Julte, Toto Kato, and Hiyu Yamakashi, rounding out your top 9 cars. Pedro Claro so far not putting on an attack, but there's battles going on all the way back down the grids here. Ranging as this field runs up now through Aquaminarali, and now heading into the Variante Alta. The cars straddle the curb through turn 14. They straddle the curb very, very much, and lucky to actually not get floor damage through those curbs through Variante Alta. Heading into the Lavazza 1 now. And that downhill brake, it's very easy to lock the front tyres up as they all run through. Clean start as Enzo Deligny tries to break the slipstream as much as possible. The slipstream will be quite overpowered. Of course, there is push to pass, and we don't know when they're using the push to pass, but the best option to use it would be right here. Push to pass plus slipstream would be quite overpowered in this situation, as a bit sideways and a big push there from Hiyu Yamakashi to try and get by, as that's Kin Nakamura, Evan Julte, and Taito Kato having a battle for P6, 7, and 8 as they all run through the Tamburello chicane for the first time. Sorry, that's not the Tamburello chicane, that is Villeneuve chicane that they've just run through. Now they head up into Tosa for the first time. Second time in this race. Lap 2, and guess who still leads? It's Enzo Deligny over. Oh, contact! Big crash! Big crash, and a car heavily in the wall. That is Jin Nakamura heavily in the wall. And off at speed as he ran through Piratella. Turn 9, Hiyu Yamakashi is off the road. And that is a big accident. Oh, contact between Jack Beaton. It's all kicked off in race 1. And that is running just in the middle of Aquaminarali. They might have to go safe. They will have to go safety car because there's big crash up at Piratella. Wow. And that car went off at speed. I reckon it was about 130, 40 miles an hour. Finally some action indeed. And I can tell you this much, we won't be beating the records for Freca. My palms are sweating, and that looks to be, that's Hadrian David. What horrible luck. Poor Ricard retired, and now comes into this race, once again, retired. They will have to go safety car. Evan Julter is in the pit lane, possibly with damage. Of course, there was no pit stops in these races. They're only 30 minutes plus 1 lap. Jack Beaton is in the pits, and we have nearly 3 cars retiring out of this race. They will have to go safety car. The cars have not slowed down yet. Yeah, there you go, safety car boards and flags. There's a big accident at Piratella, a car heavily in the barrier, and depending on the barrier damage, commentator's curse might show of a red flag. That is Jack Beaton getting a new front wing put on there in the pit lane. Quite unfortunately, that is of course this is the accident. So just got turned in there. Oh my god. That car has nearly rolled onto the barrier, but luckily that didn't end up happening. Jack Beaton there making contact with Hadrian David, as everybody somehow avoids that. Hadrian David in the cockpit there, putting his head down, hoping to God he doesn't get hit. Of course, that corner Aqua Minerale quite scary at high speed, especially when you're spun and sitting on the apex of the corner. And Hadrian David is able to pull that car off to the right-hand side, off to the marshalling area, and that will be a bit of an easier recovery there. But I think he made contact with, so the two Japanese drivers, I think, made contact with each other. So King Nakamura Bertha, I think, turned in on Hiyu Yamakashi there. So I think King Nakamura Bertha went to the outside there as he ran through Piratella. He tried to cover, not noticing that Hiyu Yamakashi was sitting right there, and quite unfortunately had spun in that process. So I think Elizabeth has gone to bed. Yeah, oh no, she's still back. And, is that been uploaded? I think I might have been another video that's uploaded. Oh no, it's still uploading. Oh no, yeah, it's got 22 minutes. It's still uploading. Still there, okay. But it just popped up on my phone there saying video uploaded, but it's not the Cable Whip Challenge. It's one of the streams that I did yesterday. I don't know why it pops up like that. It actually confuses me, because there's times where I'm like, oh, video's uploaded. I don't know, I recorded a video, and then it's just a stream. Oh, false hope. Yes, false hope indeed. YouTube be scamming me. It's just a stream. It's just a stream. We good. But yeah, that's got 21 minutes to go. But yeah, it might actually speed up once I finish streaming, because I think, yeah, I think it might speed up when I finish streaming. But this is the replay here. Yeah, so King Nakamura Bertha, he's moved. I wouldn't call Piratella a braking zone, but if it was, it would very much be defined as moving in the braking zone. There, and this is the replay of Jack Beaton turning Hadrian David around, and then in result made contact with Freddie Slater's front wing, as Hadrian David has been turned around, made contact with Freddie Slater's front wing. Oh, and we've gone red, so red flag. Oh my god, I even said that at the start of the race. Wow, red flag. And there's obviously some substantial barrier damage. There, obviously substantial barrier damage going on there. But that was almost the commentator's curse. I said that at the start. I said that. I said it. I said it. Red flag. The cars will head back to the pits now. And this gives us a good chance to catch up on the race. Who's leading? Well, it's Enzo Deligny. And the safety car will now lead the cars back to the pit lane at due course. Unknown to as if when we will restart this race. So, this race could have quite a delay to it. Of course, there are other races to go here at, I think there's the Italian Touring Car Championship that has to be driven around as well. I think they've got their 50-minute race that they have to do. I know there's an Italian Sprint Championship that has to be done as well. I think that race is 60 minutes. So, I think there's 2 more races still to come at Italy that has to be done. So we might go time certain. This race might not even finish. But in recent past, the officials here officials everywhere have tried to keep these races going, and it's quite unfortunate that we have gone red flag in this one. It's not something that you exactly want, but it's for driver safety. When you have drivers running around, even at even 100 kilometers an hour, 100 miles an hour. Not 100 miles an hour, 100 kilometers an hour. Why am I using the miles term? It's only because I've got European viewers. But when you've even got cars running around nearly 80 k's an hour, it still doesn't make a difference. The marshals need area to work, but red flag has been shown within this session. And the cars will make their way back to the pits. They run through the second Ravazza, which is turn 18, and will make their way back to the pits. And safety car driver there telling everybody to merge right into the pit lane. KMH metric system is superior. Yes, it is. I don't understand the miles per hour thing. I don't know why. Why have two different metric systems? Why? I mean, miles per hour, kilometers an hour. It's the same thing. Why not just understand it? Like, I don't get it. Just understand it. Come on. Us Australians don't understand the miles per hour thing. So just bin off the miles per hour. Just bin it off. Just get rid of it. I don't like it. Well, Americans. That's Americans. That's Americans for you. This stream is a bit more calm than what yesterday's was, because I think everybody's in bed. And Elizabeth is the only crazy one to stay up at 1 a.m. So I don't have American... Yeah, I think Elizabeth is probably the only crazy one to join at 1 a.m. But I think I'm being view botted because it's saying I've got 3 viewers now. I don't believe that. So, viewers, go away. I'm kidding. Don't. If you're real, stay. And if you're real, hit like button. Yes, that would be... Get! I said that and I lost him. Oh well. But if you're on stream, hit like button because it will really help out the stream. And it will actually help support, I told you, special treatment. You need to do more of those shirtless streams, Elizabeth. I get more viewers. I think that's what people come here for. I think it is. I need to start doing more of them. I need to start doing more of them, indeed. But the car's parked up on the pit lane. I think there's certain things that the teams can do here. No idea, but it worked. It did. Truthfully, it did work. The car's parked up here in the pit lane. There's certain things they can do under park fair play. I think there's... Really, if there's car damage, you can fix it. I think it's only car damage and tyre pressures. That's the only thing you can fix. I don't think the drivers are allowed to get out of their cars. If they do, you'll be disqualified from the race. So that would not be handy whatsoever. You can see the rubber marks on the pit lane. I think there was an Italian sprint championship that just happened. A 50-minute race that happened because there's rubber marks all the way through the pit lane boxes. So I think there was a GT race just before this. So and the track would have been quite green. And what I mean by green is the track would have been not much rubber put down on it compared to what Friday would have been. So the track would have been quite green heading into this race. Not much rubber put down, but after the Italian Sprint Championship, it probably would have... The track would have been quite gripped up, ready for this race. But we're now under red flag, and teams will be consistent at keeping an eye on those tyre pressures as one thing here. And we might even get a few interviews going on through this period. But so far so good. Yeah, but back for this session, quite unfortunately. But of course, the only reason I could think of there being a red flag at this point is because of possible barrier damage. Possible barrier damage is the only thing I could think of as to why we would be under red flag here. But yeah. Oh my god. Okay. It's gone all quiet all of a sudden. There's not much to say, not much to do. The teams are just at this point. You know what? This is a good point. This is a good time to point out the championship. So we have Enzo Deligny who is on pole position heading into this race. He's actually third in the championship. He's running 41 points off the back of Freddie Slater. We have, at the moment, my corrections were wrong yesterday when I said Matteo Gipali was leading the championship. He's not. It is Freddie Slater who is actually dominating this season. Really dominating indeed. He's He flew from the Hungaroring, which is where Formula 1 is this weekend. He was doing Formula 3. He flew over, which is quite interesting indeed. He flew from the Hungaroring to Imola just to do this race because he knows he's leading the championship, and if Matteo De Pallo wins this race, his championship fight could be in a bit of danger. It's only 13 points to the first and second, so it's literally like 13 points separating the top two cars. But the timer has stopped at 23 minutes and 5 seconds, so there's no need to worry about timing and all that sort of stuff. But yes, it is Freddie Slater leading by 16 points. So he's leading by 16 points in the championship. And the race will resume at 20 past 5. So 20 past 5 Italy time. So that's 20 past 9 my time. So that'll be in about 10 minutes time. Something like that. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, BTW plans for next week. Well, no Formula 1. So, Formula 1 are in their summer break, heading into next week. So, no Formula 1 next week. The shirtless stream is on Thursday. I've got that for Thursday. I don't think there's... Oh, no, I've got the High Tech Oil Super Series. I was just getting some water. I was just listening here, though. Okay. But I've got the High Tech Oil Super Series to do, which it's practically a whole coverage of support races, but it's muscle cars, practically. That's really the only thing I've got to do. I think the E4 Championship is on, which is the Euro 4 Championship, which is the Italian F4 Championship, but they have 2 different championships in one season. So I think that's on next weekend. What else? Muscle Cars, which is, I'm going to be streaming that for like 6 hours or something. I've got that planned down for 6 hours. Hope to God I don't get copyrighted for it, but, you know. What else? Oh, cool, I will try and catch as many as I can. Yeah, well, that starts at, I think one of them starts at like 10 a.m. my time. So it'll be 3 a.m. for you. It'll be 3 a.m. next week. I think that starts. And then I'm probably going to do Italian F4 late in the afternoon so that you can catch them. Probably like 4 or 5. Well, not these. No, you're not gonna miss these. No. Because even though it's 1:22 a.m. for you, it's perfectly fine. You know, it's perfectly normal to stay up at 1:22 a.m. Perfectly fine. Perfectly normal. Perfectly normal. 1:22 a.m. Do you reckon you can stay up for Formula 1 qualifying? That would be a real struggle. It'd be 3 a.m. It would very much be 3 a.m. If you do, good on you. Salute to you, Elizabeth. Salute to you. If you can stay up to 3 a.m., I would... that would be very much a go-to viewer. Very much. Very much indeed. I would need extra motive. I would need to be extra motivated. Okay. I get what this conversation is now leading on to. I get it. How long? Lord. Still 20 minutes. Flippin' hurry up. What the flip are you doing? I've got viewers that need to catch you. Flippin' heck. Oh, yeah. 20 minutes? Still 21. Elizabeth, this is not loading fast enough. This is not loading fast enough. 21 minutes. You kidding me? It's just not loading fast. It's gone up. It's gone up. Did it go up? It did. It's going slower. Should have seen it last night. It said it had 2 hours. Now it's saying it's only got 30 minutes. It's taken 1 hour. It's taken 10 hours to get to 30 minutes. Or less. God. Shows how slow my internet is. No. I know. This is taking forever. Who came up with this cable whip idea? Who came up with it? It was Thomas. No. Oh God, I just moved my camera. That's bad. No, stay. Okay, who came up with it? Was number one. Number one. What have you done with me? I haven't seen number one in a while. God. It's been like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. He's come to stream for 3 weeks. God. Number one wasn't it. Blame him. No, I'm not blaming on anyone. It's my idea for coming up with the challenge. It's actually my idea for doing the challenge. My fault. I promise you all. I literally promised you all. Okay, so the cars are about to head back out, finally. I think we're running, like, a few minutes late to when this race is meant to resume, but that's fine. That's fine. So, the cars will be led back out behind the safety car. So we've gone back safety car conditions. It will take probably 2 or 3 laps to get these tyres back up to temperature. Maybe he needs to see it and he will renew his interest. Yes, I guess he will. I guess he will. I guess he's lost hope in me. Man. He's lost hope. He's lost hope. Race will start behind the safety car. So we've got 10 seconds until these cars make their way back out onto the track. I guess he will renew his interests. I guess. Or he's just busy. That's most likely, because Thomas has said in the past that that he's just been really busy. So he's probably, like, I don't know, focusing on work or something. He's probably just really busy. Unlike me. Well, actually, that's a lie. I have been quite busy lately. Yes, I remember that. So, yes, the cars are now making their way out of the pit lane after quite a hefty delay. But, yeah, so yellow flag now. Safety car is leading the cars out of the pit lane. And we should get back to green flag racing in probably 2-3 laps. Probably 2-3 laps behind the safety car because the tyres would be quite cold now at this point. But it would have taken... they wouldn't have taken much energy out of the tyres, really. It wouldn't have. So, yeah. But I think this is the final racing action, I think. Because it said 20 past 5. I think this is the final racing action of the day. So, I think we're good. I think we have plenty of time. I think we have plenty of time. I think we do. I'm thinking of what I should do when I hit 120 subs. Maybe, I don't know. 120 subs, it'd have to be something to do within the holidays. Because during school hours, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I'm thinking maybe a 6-hour stream. And build our way up. Maybe stream for 6 hours straight. Maybe just ruin my life and stream for 6 hours straight. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe just ruin my entire existence and stream for 6 hours. Wow, I know. But it'd have to start in like early morning and then finish late afternoon. Which would be quite poo for all these European viewers that watch me. That includes Elizabeth, Thomas, number one, all that sort of stuff. Maybe just make some special video. Yeah, I guess a 6-hour stream would just be for, like, a special occasion, like 100k subscribers or something. Which is still quite a while away. Indeed. On that special video topic, the compilation will be coming out soon. Yes, the 100 sub compilation. All different videos. I was in the process of editing it. Well, I was in the process of finding all the videos, but then I got a new phone. So I'm now going to have to... I'm now going to have to try and... get all the videos together again and do it again. Pog. So yeah. That's what I've been doing. And I've also been recording the push-up video, which I'm going to continue doing it today. Quite surprisingly. Once, of course, I get time in my schedule. Which will probably be later this afternoon. When it's like 10 a.m. for you, Elizabeth. So, yeah. That's... Well, sounds fun. I know, indeed. I've got 2 more streams to do before I actually do that. Which... Well, 3. If you count the 5-hour stream that I've got to do. Sounds epic. Car's on their second safety car lap here, so I reckon there'll be 1 more lap behind the safety car. Maybe 2. Maybe 2. 2 more laps behind the safety car. If that. Yeah, but it'll be quite important to get their tyres up to 10. Plus, good for your health. Even better. Yes, even better. Indeed. It has now started raining outside. Absolutely epic. Well, there goes all the fun ideas I had for going outside. Hint, nothing. I had nothing planned to go outside today. Because the winds are so unbelievably treacherous and there's dark clouds in the sky. It's making it so much better. I don't want to risk leaking my address. I would show you guys, but I don't want to risk it. Because, you know, there's botters out there that are like... Your safety car's in this lap, by the way. But there's botters out there that can just ID scan the area and then just, like, end up... robots will end up invading the Earth because of me. You wanted to make push-ups out... You wanted to make push-ups outside. I guess I could probably add that in the video. I guess I could. I might even put the push-up video... I'm so smart. I'm going to put some of the push-up videos in the compilation. That'll probably be like, up behind the scenes, so, you know. It'll probably be, like, behind the scenes. Oh, wait, let's check. Seriously? Come on, man. YouTube? I know you still hate me. YouTube, I know you still hate me, but you can at least speed up a little bit. At least. Elizabeth, it's just 24 minutes, but okay. Back to the racing. Could be, but release them solo as well. Yes, I'm going to. Okay, so the cars are about to get back under green flag. So the safety car is in this lap. Race control. And Enzo Deligny goes. He shoots away and he runs around Marazza 2 and the green flag is waved. Of course, no overtaking until the control line. So whoever overtakes, I've got my eye on every one of them. Doesn't seem as if anybody's overtaken before the control line. But we go back green flag racing. Finally. And Enzo Deligny will lead us away here for lap number 4 of this race. 16.5 minutes to go. Freddie Slater pulls to the left-hand side. Tries to find a move there on what looks to be, I think that was Matteo De Paolo. He looked for a move there. Oh, that was Akshay Bora. Sorry. Akshay Bora. He pulled that move on. Looked to the left-hand side as he ran through the Tamburello chicane. But all the cars make it through the second chicane quite well. That is the Villeneuve chicane. It's Pedro Clara in P2. So he just pulled out there, Freddie Slater. Tried to look for a move. It didn't happen, unsurprisingly. So, there, the top 5. Enzo Deligny, Pedro Clara, Freddie Slater, Akshay Bora, and Matteo De Paolo in P5. I know I know you're probably very confused as to who's in what position, because the car numbers I get quite confused with. I have the memory of a goldfish, indeed. But yes, Rachel Dehary sitting in P10, Ian Ekmans, P11, Kanato Lay in P12. It is Enzo Deligny, though, who leads this race as they run through the Variante Alta chicane. I remembered that without even looking at my track map book. Good on me. Akshay Bora now, putting some intense pressure there on Enzo Deligny Indeed, quite some intense pressure as they run through Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2. So far, so good as they get off the line. It must be hard to commentate with such memory. Well, I mean, when you know all the drivers, it's quite easy. When you don't know the drivers, it's a bit of a problem as Akshay Bora pulls the left-hand side, once again covering off Freddie Slater. Freddie Slater, though, in P3, covering that position quite well. Quite well indeed. And Giolignito leads this race. He's just pulling away ever so slightly. It's Pedro Clara in P2. What the flip are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Why are you saying Akshay Bora? Akshay Bora is in P4. But it's Pedro Clara in P2, who is covering quite well off Freddie Slater, who is a Italian F4 champion. Did quite well in go-karting, did Freddie Slater. Thanks to Google for telling me that. But Pedro Claro sitting in P2 as the rain comes down outside at the moment. So, if you hear rain, that's why. So yeah, Pedro Claro sitting in P2. All the cars now run up through Acqua Minerale and race lead now heading into Variante Alta, which is the chicane. Which is what I said at the start of the race. These cars really use that curb down there at turn 14. Not so much turn 15. You just used a bit of a ripple strip to try and stabilise the car off the curb. So, yes, Freddie Slater will try I think you get 5 push-to-passes. So, he will try and maybe use one more push-to-pass and trying to get by what is Pedro Claro, who is sitting in P2 in this race. Freddie Slater in P3. Akshay Bora, who I said is in P2, he's not in P2, he's in P4. But, Enzo Giolignito, he's pulled away. It's 0.7, that margin. Freddie Slater pulls to the outside. Once again, doesn't happen. So, this battle is brewing between these two. These two haven't had recent war between each other on track. I hear they're pretty good friends off track, though. That tends to be the thing with racing drivers. As Enzo Giolignito sets the fastest lap of the race, 140.7. Nowhere near what we had yesterday in terms of lap times with nearly 38.8. So nearly 1.9 seconds slower than, 1.4 seconds slower because it was 38.5 we saw from Enzo Giolignito. So still like 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds slower, nearly. As the rain really comes down outside. Freddie Slater has got the black and white flag. Oh, God. Black and white flags. So there must be something under that car. Freddie Slater has got the black and white flag. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's the meatball flag in American terms. And that means something's wrong with that car. That means that car has to pull to the pit lane immediately. And I think he has 3 laps to do so. There's a problem with Freddie Slater. It doesn't seem as if there's a front wing stuck under that car. But championship leader Freddie Slater has got the black and white flag. Hello, Soccer Callan. Welcome to the stream. But Freddie Slater, our championship leader, has got the black and white flag. Now, that's I would like to say is track limits, or it's either something's wrong with that car. So that Freddie Slater has one more chance with track limits. Now, Elizabeth, you and Elizabeth, Soccer Callan and Elizabeth you two do not have very good you two are not very good friends, as known by the recent streams that have happened in the recent past. So, you two battle it out in the chat. Can I have mod back because I'm your brother? I will give you one more chance. I'll give you one more chance. You're only going standard. One more chance. One more chance. You're walking on thin ice, more or less. Walking on thin ice, but just remember, Elizabeth can time you out. She has managing moderator, and she stayed up until 1 a.m. to watch this stream. So, yeah, that's why she's got managing moderator. If you stay up to 1 a.m. to watch this stream, get managing moderator. But that will never happen, because I don't stream at 1 a.m. Because I'm not crazy, unlike Elizabeth. I'm not calling Elizabeth crazy at all, because she sounds quite scary. And she sounds like she could probably beat me up. YouTube, don't ban me. Please don't. Enzo Giolignito leads this race by 1 second over Pedro Claro. Now, Pedro Claro has stolen the fastest lap off Enzo Giolignito. He's done a 140.4. Careful not to make a girl angry at almost 2 a.m. No, I wouldn't want to do that. No, I don't think I want to. You could probably beat me up in real life. You probably could. Probably could. in real life. I don't, yeah. I've got girls at school that, yeah, nah. Then, no. I know not to make a girl angry at 2 a.m. Yeah, definitely not. Enzo Delignano leads this race by 1.1 seconds over Freddie Slater, who's 1.6 back. Oh, hello, Jeff's name. Welcome to the stream. Oh, wait, that's Callan's. Okay, no, that's okay. Good one. I bet I could, but not planning to yet. Okay, that's, yeah, no. Okay. Okay. We've got 2 Callans in here. We've got 2 different Callans. Enzo Delignano, 140.1, that fastest lap there. And the fastest in the speed trap as well. Nearly 190 kilometers an hour. That is really quick. So he must have low wings on that RSGP car. As the rain absolutely comes down outside my window. So it's absolutely pooping it down. How do you get XP? What do you mean? XP in a game? XP in real life? Because I've got a really good XP. My brain is really smart. I've got a really high IQ brain.
The reason why is because, like, you know how
Oh.
she has like that?
Oh yeah, Elizabeth.
Yeah, well,
By commentating?
no,
No, by like chat. What he means is by like chatting in the chat. So I think it's just you have to come to every stream. And I think it's you just have to chat first. And I think you get number 1 or number 2. Yeah, you're number 2 then.
that's it. And you're from your screen, your room looks different. It's like your bed's going
Thank you. Epic. Okay. By the way, Elizabeth, that's my brother. The guy you hate. There you go. I think you probably saw him in the monthly check-in video. So, I think it's when you have first comment in chat. Yeah, I think it is. But I think that's dumb. No, you know what? That's dumb. Like, I think it should just be when his car locks up heading through Tosa, but hopefully no one's gone off. No, I think that was Taito Kato that locked up as he headed into Tosa, but I think it should just be like whoever comes to stream most consistently. Black and white flag for Yay, which is, yeah, still hate him. Seeing him didn't help. Wow. Oh. Oh, I love how he predicted you were a boy. That was almost hilarious. Even I knew that. Like, even I knew that. From the moment you first joined my stream, even I knew that. God damn, even I knew that. The moment you first ever joined my stream, I knew that. And I love how he said, "Are you a boy?" Like, come on. That's also gender assuming. No. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Editor, re-roll the clip. Go watch the clip, bruh. Go watch the flipping clip. You asked it. Well, you don't need to be a genius to guess it. No. I think you actually need to be Albert Einstein to guess it. You can hear the sarcasm though. Freddie Slater's got the fastest lap of the race. That is, wow, nearly 8 tenths faster. I like to stream first. Well, you get 100 XP for liking the stream first, so there you go. That's not true. Freddie Slater, though, putting real pressure there on Akshay Bora as they run up through Tosa. Putting extreme pressure, as Enzo Ziggy has now pulled away. Freddie Slater has gone nearly a second faster on that last lap than Akshay Bora. That is really quick. Think of the 2 likes on the stream. Freddie Slater really sitting up in the back of Akshay Bora, trying to put Pedro Claro, trying to put extreme pressure on, but can't seem to do so. He's been struggling to get past. Oh, yep, I forgot to like it. Thanks for reminding. Yes, normally you remind me of stuff. But today it's me. Today it's me that's reminding you. But that margin there, half a second. This is the battle for second place on the podium. It's one step higher on the podium. This battle is. And Akshay Bora, if these two battle hard enough, could get into this. He's in P4 at the moment. Of course, maybe saving his push to passes here for when the time comes that he needs to 2 a.m, bro. Nearly 3 a.m. I'm sure it's nearly 3 a.m. for you. It's 9:44. I reckon it's 2:44, nearly 3 a.m. As Freddie Slater now gets a slipstream, they get on side by side, down the straight, down Variante Pasta, into the Tamburello chicane, goes around the outside, is Freddie Slater, he's into P2, our championship leader, also has to be very careful of track limits, 1:44 a.m, nearly 2, there you go. Obviously, I didn't read that right. As Akshay Bora now looks down the inside, he's about to lose 2 spots. It's Pedro Claro. Akshay Bora looked up the inside as they ran into what is the Villeneuve chicane. As Al-Dahiri has gone off the road, there's a yellow flag. Oh, and in the fence is that Rash Al-Dahiri. What unluck. That is really unlucky, really. As I think Pedro Claro might be able to hold on to this. As they run side by side through Piratella. It's going to be Akshay Bora who pulls the move off. Pedro Claro may be struggling with a bit of grip in those tyres. Jin Nakamura, though, has taken the fast lap of the race. It's a 1:39.7. This race is lit up as Pedro Claro will now be pressured and safety car has now come out. So Enzo Deligny will be under a bit of pressure. And this is what happened. So that is Rashid Al-Dahiri and made, contact. Straight off in the fence. And not as hard of a hit as what we saw from the last safety car we had. But that is, safety car has been deployed. And you can tell my viewers don't like when the safety car comes out because I've dropped back down to 0. As we take a look at a replay here of Enzo Deligny, getting sideways off that curb, heading into turn 14, which is Variante Alta. And safety car has been deployed within this race, so we've got less than 3 minutes to go. This race might actually end up finishing under safety car. And we've had Freca, quite an interesting race. The first race of the weekend. And my hands are very much sweating. Get rid of the sweat off my hands. Indeed. But the safety car is out in this one as that is Akshay Bora. They're sitting right under the rear wing of Freddie Slater. This race might just finish under safety car. We might get one more lap out of this race, but you never know. You never, ever know. And there you go. We have... okay. Well, it's dropped to 21 minutes. That's good, I guess. It's good, I guess. But I do have a breakfast break next. So I've got a 1 hour break before qualifying. That is the replay of what happened to Rash Al-Dahiri. Well, progress is there's 20 minutes. Still. This is taking a god-awful time, I know. You can be annoyed. Be annoyed at YouTube. Not actually, be annoyed at my internet. Not me. Not me. It's not me. It's not me. Don't be annoyed at me. Be annoyed at my internet. Actually, be annoyed at me, because I haven't uploaded yet. Be annoyed at both. It's all good. Really, you should be annoyed. You should be angry. You really should. You really should. Why did I accept that challenge? But what am I going to do? I don't know. Elizabeth, really, just go to bed. Just go to bed. Now you're overthinking it. You're like, should I stay up? Should I go to bed? Just go to bed. Just go to bed. Safety car is in this lap. Just go to bed at the end of this stream. You can watch it tomorrow. Your time. You can watch it. You go to bed. It'll make you'll be even better. You'll feel even better about your life. Enzo Deligny. Now, when did you accept the challenge you started? Give me a second. safety car has been brought in, but the race is now back underway, and we have Enzo Deligny, who will be under immense pressure off of Freddie Slater. Here as the green flag waves, and they run now down into the first chicane, which is the Tamburello chicane, and Tyson Carter now being really put under pressure for the battle for P10. It's literally 1 point they're battling for back down the back there. We've had nearly 5 cars retire out of this race. It is still Enzo Deligny, though, who leads this race. It is Freddie Slater in P2, Akshay Bora in P3, Pedro Clara, who's dropped down into P4, Massimo De Paulo will be scoring 10 points out of this race. Freddie Slater, if he can get by Enzo Deligny, who seems to have really good pace, actually, in this race, might be under a bit of pressure. Might just be under a little bit of pressure in this one. But so far, it is so good for Enzo Deligny. Final time for Acqua Minerale. Final time for Acqua Minerale for Enzo Deligny. Up now, heading into Variante Alta, which is the chicane on this circuit. Running through the chicane. For the last time for Enzo Deligny. Freddie Slater trying to put as much pressure as he possibly can on Enzo Deligny. Trying to possibly make him force a mistake out of this race. But I don't think it'll happen. Make sure you get the braking right as you are heading through Ravazza. It is the downhill braking. Enzo Deligny, you, my friend, have gone from lights out to the flag at the end. It's a lights to flag finish for Enzo Deligny. 90% of races have been won off pole position, and it's gone to Enzo Deligny. I think this is the final lap. No, all hype for nothing. All the hype for nothing. It's the final lap. God damn. I don't have the live timing. I don't know whether or not this is the final lap or not. Now this is the final lap. But I reckon it'll be lights to flag. It'll be lights to flag here for Enzo Deligny. As now, he will start the final lap. He runs through the Tamburello chicane. And he will now head up through Tosa. That was the Villeneuve chicane. He will now head up into Tosa. Final lap for Enzo Deligny. Here we go. I'll get to the messages. At some point. I'll get to them at some point. Some point in 10 years. When this race actually finishes. When this race finishes is when I will get to reading the messages through this stream. Enzo Deligny though, 0.7. I reckon he's using the last few push to passes he has inside of that car to try and pull away from Freddie Slater here. But of course, Freddie Slater only has 1 track limit warning left. And I think he used them down at Ravazza, which is quite an easy corner to get caught out by track limits. It's nearly a second between Enzo Deligny and Freddie Slater. Of course, no DRS in these cards. It's only push to pass and slipstream that you get the advantage of. Ravazza 1 they head through now. Enzo Deligny was nearly a tenth slower. That doesn't matter. Actually, he's nearly 6/10 slower. But it doesn't matter. Enzo Deligny will win race 1 here at the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. What a race. And what a finish. Enzo Deligny will win the first race of the weekend. And Kin Nakamura Bertha has gone off the roads. There's a yellow flag out. That is for Kin Nakamura Bertha. Quite unfortunately. But Enzo Deligny. What a race. And Freddie Slater puts the thumbs up. Says, that's a good race. That was good racing. And he deserved it. So Tim Gerhard's Al-Moshri, Beaton, and Borgner are out of this race. So 16 Fs, but I can't see the other 2. Because they're on the other page. RIP. But yes, that went all the way to the line. Freddie Slater will win. Not Freddie Slater, Enzo Deligny will win the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Quite style. Indeed. I've been wanting to say that all weekend. I've been wanting to do the winning, Enzo Deligny win. Yeah. I've been wanting to do that all weekend. I haven't been able to. But because it's the first time I've done it. All weekend. It won't be the last. I'll tell you that much. It won't be the last. Okay. Well, the car's heading back to the pit lane. I'm going to take a look at some of these chat messages. First, we'll look at the results. Enzo Deligny, 17 laps he's done in this race. It is over Freddie Slater, Akshay Bora, Pedro Clara, Matteo Topalo, Tata Cato, Nikita Pedro, the Italian, in P7. The rookie winner is Dion Gauda, the British driver. Ian Ekmans, the German driver, in P9. And Kanato Lane in P10. We have Michael Belov, the Japanese driver. Michael Belov, P11, not Japanese. Ri Yang Hei in P12. Edward Robertson, Caps Stuka. And then Yaroslav Veselao, Saka El Moshri, Jack Beaton, the Australian, Edward Borner, Gina Camuberta, and then the retirements of this race, Xavier Zagra and Al Daheri, all out of this race. The championship standings, well, they haven't popped up. Oh, poo. That's not a good... Yeah, no. But the championship standings was going to pop up. They didn't. Okay, so I'm going to... Now I'll take a look at all the chat messages that I've missed. So... We've got Callan saying he's absolutely freezing in his room. That's good enough. That's actually understandable. We've got, because you started, why did I accept the challenge? So I asked why. It was a cool idea though, thought in my opinion. Why did you start the challenge you started? I was questioning at that point, why did I start the cable whip challenge? That's what I was questioning. So, that's to answer your question. Why did I, yes. That's answering your question, I'm guessing. And now Elizabeth can go to bed. And I can go eat, because I've got only 1 hour until Formula 1 qualifying. But Enzo Deligny jumps out of his car, jumps out of his Formula 4 car, and we'll celebrate with the team. Very good job. Very good job indeed. We'll hand it over to George Morgan to take the podium. Here, yep, finally. Yay. Enzo Deligny wins the Formula Regional European Championship. Race 1, and we've got race 2 on Tuesday. So, a couple days away from then, but hopefully I'll remember. We're now going to hand it up to George Morgan. I'm going to have, I'm going to finish the stream. Never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to run around and desert you, never going to say goodbye, never going to cry, never going to goodbye, never going to tell a lie and hurt you. Okay. Awesome! Just got rickrolled. Okay, I know I've gone up in viewers for that. Thank you, Callum. But yeah. And you got rickrolled. I did. I'm going to go cry in the corner now. I'm going to go cry in the corner. And eat breakfast, because I'm hungry. For Elizabeth, I hope you go to bed, because it's 1 a.m., nearly 2 a.m. I hope you go to bed. Please go to bed. Please. For your own sake, go to bed. For your own sake, go to bed. And now, instead of procrastinating, I'll hand it up to George Morgan. George Morgan, take it away.
Second, nearly losing second though at the very start of the race. It went into the hands of Pedro Clearo, but he fought back, did Freddie Slater. But no fighting against this man. He silenced them all for his second race win here at Imola. Enzo Deligny.
A very tricky race, red flag, safety cars, but you confirmed a very good pace and the management under pressure.
Yeah, it was a good race. We had a red flag, I think 2 safety cars, and it was raining before, so the track was a bit low grip. But yeah, it was not easy in the front, because this track, if you make one mistake, you can be in the gravel. It can be race over. So yeah, it was not easy out front, but we did a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, he definitely made it look easy, did Enzo Deligny. So let's run you through the highlights of what happened in that exceptional race, certainly that exceptional closure to a race. Very poor start for Freddie Slater, unfortunately, allowed Pedro Clearo to move up alongside, but a decent start for our eventual winner. Enzo Deligny, of course, confirming his place at the top, rubbing onto the grass a little bit was Akshay Bora as they came through Tamburello, coming through turns 2 and eventually turns 3 as well. The 2 ARTs very nearly coming close to contact. Of course, Evan Chiltera and Taito Kato were will to will. It would eventually lead up to the incident where we saw Hugh Yamakoshi up the inside coming in towards Piratella, eventually spinning off, heading in through the apex of the corner and into the gravel trap and into the barrier. Eventually, further up the road then, same lap, was this incident. A spin for Zachary David, eventually making contact with Jack Beaton, who lost his front wing, and he had to come in. A red flag was, of course, brought out. Very quickly, we got back underway then for green flag conditions. Enzo Deligny then coasted onwards, and so did Freddie Slater, ahead of Pedro Clearo coming in towards Tamburello. A fantastic move that granted the Prema driver back his second place. Later on, Akshay Bora would also look to make moves himself, marking RHGP with a P1 position, also P3 in the same sitting. And we also had yet another incident further on as well. Rashid Al Dahiri being guided by Ian Eichmans, who took a little bit of an uncomfortable run coming through the Tamburello section, but it would not harm this man Enzo Dellini, victorious for a second time this season, and only the second time that RHGP have won in this championship here at Imola. So now the podium celebrations come into full swing. Enzo Dellini on top, step, Freddie Slater on the left-hand side. Probably be ruined the day.
Only soft.
That he made that error
That's
at the start
crazy.
of the race, because there could have been more on offer.
I was going to do it, but you got to it first.
Akshay Bora sat third on the podium as well. And Dion Gauda, winning rookie.
I probably should edit the push-up video.
The trophy being presented, the P3 place trophy, going Akshay Bora's way.
Can you hear what's his name, Elizabeth? George Morgan? Can you hear him?
And Freddie Slater receiving the second place trophy.
Epic.
And Enzo Dellini.
It's at max
Winners
volume.
trophy going his way for RHGP as well. Could be immensely significant for the championship. And the RHGP team picking up a deserved winners trophy for the team. And the Pirelli representative presenting the winning rookies trophy to one Dion Gauda of Van Amersfoort Racing Team. And now we have the French national anthem in honour of Enzo Dellini.
Salute! I love French people. I don't mean that. Okay, don't ban me, please. No, okay. Sitting down anthem. Oh, wait, no.
There we have it, folks. Race winner Enzo Dellini. He'll be looking to go again tomorrow, though. We'll be back with...
No. Don't listen to George Morgan. Don't listen to George Morgan. George Morgan lies. We're not back tomorrow. We're back... Hello. Don't play the intro. Well, I'm laying in bed, so I can't complain. No. You have a reason. You have to go to bed now. It's time for you to sleep. Okay, well, that is it for Freca for the weekend. I will be back Tuesday for Freca Race 2. I've got Italian F4, I've got Formula 1 qualifying, but I'm going to go eat breakfast. Elizabeth's going to go to bed, and we're all going to love life. But, yes, so that is it for today. I've got Formula 1 next. Hopefully you can catch me there, but Elizabeth, if I see you there, you're crazy. But I hope you can come. I hope you will come. And, but apart from that, that is it for Freca for the weekend. I'll be back Tuesday for race 2, but Formula 1, voice crack, hello. Formula 1 qualifying is next. So I'll catch you guys there. Until then, and then Enzo Dellini wins race 1. Can he go race 2? Wait, we've got Freca qualifying 2 from like 5 o'clock this afternoon. So Freca qualifying 2 next, in terms of that. But race 2, Enzo Dellini, race 1 winner. Race 2, Tuesday, qualify this afternoon. Next up though, it's qualifying for Formula 1. I'll catch you guys there. Elizabeth, have a good night. And for anybody that's in Australia, I'll catch you guys a bit later. See you then. Bye-bye. Shoot. Hello.